Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Walken new stream. First off, apologies for missing the previous stream, and we're ever thrilled to have you here today. Your enthusiasm and support for Walken means the world, and I'm genuinely grateful to see you all here today. Thanks for coming, and thanks for finding the time to attend our stream. It happens to be the first stream of this format we are doing for the global community, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm Julia, Head of Marketing at Wlkn, and today I'm here to walk you across everything that happened in past 2 weeks, and Wlkn will discuss what happened, how it impacts Wlkn in general, and what are the plans we have for future developments. Before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumb up if you're excited for today's updates, or you may do it later, of course, if you consider this stream worth it. This also helps push this video in YouTube so that more people get to know Wlkn and that they just come and join our family. So, a little bit about these streams. Wlkn News is an ultimate source of all the latest updates and happenings in Wlkn, as I've said. Basically, we're testing out a video format for presenting and discussing the latest events and upcoming updates with you. And your comments are very important for that because we're looking to do something like not just a list of events and updates, but a discussion forum, something like that, so that you could participate in the stream and your comments could be addressed and discussed. So here we gather to dive deep into the most exciting updates. And so just hope you will enjoy it. So, and if you like it, please let us know if you enjoy it, and we'll be having these streams bi-weekly so that none update will be missed. Right. Before we start, please let me know if you can hear me well. Apologies for some minor issues with the sound. My microphone is on the way. So I will wait for your comments about the sound quality before we go on. And once I see that you can hear me well, we'll continue this stream. All right. Good. Thank you very much for letting me know that you can hear me. Very important. And on to the agenda today. First up, we'll talk about the CAThletic Games chest Rebalance. Next in the list is the arrival of clans in Wlkn, the much anticipated feature that is rocking the scene past couple of days. And following that, we'll discuss the CAThleticism ranges in Isle Clash and our plans for future developments of this feature. We have the Pancakeswap listing of our token, huge event, so we'll spare some time to discuss it too. And next, the New Year marathon in Wlkn, and a bit of spoilers about the way we're going to celebrate the season of fun and holidays. Right. While we dive into these exciting events, don't hesitate to drop your comments any moment, and I'll do my best to keep an eye on them and cover it. But if not, we'll set aside some time after this, after the main agenda is covered, and we'll address your questions and your comments, and we'll just have a sort of chat. Your engagement and input are incredibly valuable to us, so please don't hesitate to ask anything or share your thoughts. Right. Let me think if I've said everything I wanted to. Yep. And of course, there is a place for a nice giveaway as a token of our appreciation of your time. Keep watching, and I'll share all the details of how you can participate and how you can win some nice gifts for your time and for your input. Okay, things seems like we're ready to start. And first off, the completion of the chest rebalance, a very important topic and much discussed in the community. And we have announced it and answered questions in community, but just to make sure that we're on the same page about the PvE mode, let's talk about it again. As you remember, on November 24th, the chest rebalances were officially concluded, and we've been working to fine-tune your gaming experience and adjust rewards in the way that what you expect meets what's being distributed within a prize pool. This adjustment was inspired by community feedback. We've been receiving lots of questions from you guys on Discord and on Telegram that were revolving around the same. The number 10 chests were like never to be found, and you were questioning whether the probabilities you see in the app are actually real. Also, one important point was the consistency in prize pools for CAThletic games. For several games in a row, the prize pools were the same, 7 million Walkens, and it was quite confusing and raised questions from your side. Speaking of the prize pools, this happened because previously we were adding up extra tokens to the actual pools and kept them 7 million on purpose to make it easier for you and to facilitate easier calculations from your side, because we know that Wlkn is not only fun but also kind of investment for you, and you keep an eye on your expenses versus profits. Yeah, so we were adding some tokens each games to keep the prize pool consistent. But since it was seemed to be more harm than use in that, and to avoid this confusion and misunderstanding, and just to show you that we're listening and your voice is important, we moved away from that practice, and during several games we were adjusting the prize pools and the rewards. And starting games number 78, the prize pools are now formed as is, so without extra contributions from our end. That doesn't mean that we stopped forming the prize pools with a share of Q's profits, as it's stated on the Gitbook, and as it has always been a part of the prize pools. It just means that we're no longer keeping them the same for the sake of convenience. Consequently, the chest rewards are now dynamic, and the pools are also dynamic. They adapt in accordance with the prize pool for specific games, and you have seen it already twice, I think, that when registering for the next games, you see different rewards. The ones that are not the same as you had the last time. It's not because we're cutting something down. It's because the prize pools have changed, and to keep the rewards consistent, to make them to make what you get like to connect what you get with the projected probabilities, we have to change the rewards just to fit them into the pool we have. Because if a pool gets lower, naturally rewards should get lower too, because otherwise we won't be able to distribute them. in accordance with that probabilities that we share in the app. So if you have any questions in this respect, please comment them. I will wait for a bit for your comments, and if we have some, we'll try to answer your questions before we move on. One more point I've just remembered. Since this adjustment has been completed and the rewards are now in perfect alignment with the projected probabilities, please just wait for a couple of games, for 5, maybe 10 games before we jumping into any conclusion, and just see how it works. The thing is that lower rewards in the chess doesn't mean you will get less from each games. So you just need to see it. We have different comments. We've seen people complaining that they had less, and we've seen people that had received their all-time highs from the last games where rewards were lower than before. So just give it some time. And one important thing, your feedback is everything. And we have initiated this change based on your feedback, and the same works vice versa. If you think that this was a bad idea, there is always an opportunity to play it back and to get things running the same way they were before these adjustments. So we'll be waiting for your comments. Just give it some time, because it's not fun to change something like twice a week. We are for changes, and we look to make Walken better, but these changes should be sensible and should be based on something substantial, not like a spur of the moment. So, right, let me have a look at your comments. Oh, there is one. I'm a Turkey ambassador. With last updates, profits are very low. Users are complaining a lot, and they say they will leave the game. I'm sorry, very sorry to hear that. We've seen such comments as well. But the thing is that it's hard to react to these comments without any details. We'll be grateful if such users could reach out and could tell us what changed and what's their strategy for the game, because unfortunately we don't have an opportunity to get back to the good old PvE mode, which essentially allowed like almost limitless farm of tokens. It was acceptable on the first stages when we were just starting out, but with time, this model proved to be unsustainable and we can't go on using it. So CAThletic games are what we have now, and they work much better. They're not perfect, of course, and there are alternatives, but not to go back to the PvE competitions, unfortunately. I know some people won't accept it. I know that for some players, their time with us have ended on June the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. That day was when we announced that we are moving away from the competitions and introducing CAThletic games instead. But said but true, this is what we have now, and if we want to keep the project alive and perfectly going, we will have to stick to it. Yeah, so CAThletic games are not the only mode available. We also have duels, and we also have Isle Clash. Isle Clash has been launched quite recently, and it's not perfect. And we are still working on it and have a lot of plans. lot of ways to improve your user experience and to like give you alternatives in order to earn and to develop your account and your Cathlets in it. But it also takes time and it takes a little bit more effort from a player's side because farming tokens in competitions is easy. Finding a strategy to win isle clashes is a little bit more complicated, but it's worth it. Uh, yeah, I think I've covered it. It's taking quite a long time. Sorry, I'm just trying to discuss from different angles your comments. Um, all right. Right, I see there is no questions about athletic games, so um, if you allow me, I'll continue on with the agenda and get back to your comments later on, so to have any structure to this stream. Next thing are clans. Actually, it's a very big thing, and we're super excited about their arrival. This week, clans have arrived in Walken. If you have missed it, I don't know how you've done it, but just for you, the important info, clans are here, and we already have several of them, and it's quite a significant milestone in our game social dynamics. With clans, it's all about teaming up with fellow players to amplify the fun and to compete against other clans. So if you want to become a clan member or you have a clan that you would like to register, the procedure is to complete the form, Google form. It is available on Gitbook and also on Telegram and in Discord. I think you will find it everywhere. If I'm not mistaken, we have it in video description, but not sure. Anyway, if you need it, just leave a question and we'll send it to you. Yeah, for the first version, clans are available on our website. There are leaderboards and tournament table. The leaderboards are clash wins. Let's just talk about it briefly. Clash wins, meaning the total number of clashes won by all members of a clan. Next one is highest win rate. Win rate in duels and in isle clashes. Average win rate. And the third one is Walkens gained. It's quite simple. The total amount of Walkens earned in duels only. Isle Clash is not included in this leaderboard. Yeah. But as I've said, it's just the first version. It's not like a complete one, and it's released quite soon for you to start forming clans, to start cooperating, to like test it out if it suits you, if you like the idea, and we are happy to keep improving it in future. Already working on the clans 2 version, on the second version of clans, and it will be much more interactive. We'll have more leaderboards. We'll have information on each clan participant. And we also consider adding some rewards for top 3 places, for example, but need your help. Please share your thoughts on how you would like it to be, especially if you're already a clan member or a clan, so to say, owner. It may be that we'll need to make clan registration paid and use these funds to distribute between the top 3 places as rewards, or we will have to allocate some share of PvE pool for that. It's all discussable, and do let us know in the comments or later in communities. We'll be keeping an eye. Okay. So, like I've said, if you want to register a clan, you can do it already. Just check out our communities for latest announcements, and all the links are there. If you hesitate, you just can wait and see how it works. But don't wait too long, because clan membership is limited. One clan can only have up to 50 members. So, like, the places in your dream clan may run out. Right. So if you have any questions, please comment them. I will get back to them. Moving on to Isle Clash and the changes that have been introduced in past week. As you remember, we've had a Isle Clash bootcamp event that lasted a little bit over 2 days. And based on the results of that event, we left 6 reward tiers and updated CAThleticism ranges for that tiers. How come these particular tiers remained? Those are the reward tiers that were most popular among the Isle Clash players during the bootcamp event. They are not final as always, as many things. Isle Clash is designed for you, and we are like we need to make sure that you love them. And if you don't, you won't be playing, and well, no one will be happy in this scenario. So we keep an eye on the statistics, and should any adjustment be needed, and we'll be happy to introduce it to maintain a fair and thrilling environment. This feature has been designed already with some limitations, like having 5 cathletes, having an island. It's not easy, and what we see from players, actually you need far more than 5 cathletes to be successful in Isle Clash, because there are times when you need to adjust your CAThleticism ranges to switch teams and so on. So in reality, it takes a lot more resources and a lot more cathletes to compete against other players. So, important question. If you are playing in Isle Clash, please let us know what developments you're excited about. What would you like to see us adding in the near future to make things even better for you? Same thing for those who don't play. Please comment your reason for not playing, what lacks, what stops you from giving it a try. I will be going over all the comments a bit later, and we'll be super excited to discuss it. What's more, we've got some exciting developments underway already. Isle tournaments are in development, and we are now busy brainstorming concepts for resource drops upon defeats. The textile drop in duos is quite popular, and it just went down well with you. And what stops us from introducing something like that in Isle Clash? So stay tuned for more thrilling updates and prepare for an even more exciting experience in Isle Clashes. But we need you to make it happen. So please leave your comments. Please let us know your thoughts, and together we can make it a best feature ever. Okay. So probably one of the most prominent events of last week is listing on Pancakeswap. like music to your ears. It's been quite a long time since the token listed on any new exchange, but this time it's very special. It's not just another exchange, it's a decentralized exchange, the first ever decentralized exchange for Walken, which means that it's a new era for the token and lots of new opportunities in crypto space. But Pancakeswap runs on BNB chain. And in order for our token to be listed there and for you to be able to make operations, make complete swaps and so on, we needed a blockchain bridge. For those who missed the announcement or for those who like needs a fresh refreshment on what a blockchain bridge allows to send assets, tokens in our case, between different blockchains which are not related to one another in any respect. So in our case, we can send Solana tokens to BNB and then use them on Pancakeswap. The bridge has been launched together with the Pancakeswap listing, and we already see that it's quite popular among you. It's great. Thank you for your activity. And remember that you still have time to participate in two events, the swap competition and the liquidity raffle. They are still on, and it's a nice opportunity for you not to only show your support for the project and help the token to have the successful launch on Pancakeswap, but also to earn some rewards for your input. So yeah, as always, your engagement plays a very important role in our journey, and we're super excited to have you with us today and to have your support of these events and all the upcoming events. So guys, thank you. I'll be saying it a lot today. Never get tired. Right. And I think we can move on to the much anticipated holiday event that we've launched on Monday, this Monday, the New Year Marathon. Of course, we couldn't ignore the holidays and couldn't just keep celebrating it together with you. It's very great to have you and us celebrating the second New Year and Christmas together. It's a huge privilege, and just like to spread the holiday spirit and to get excited, so to say, for the Christmas. We've launched the New Year Marathon in Walken. It's basically a game contest with rewards and several tasks to complete in order to participate. I bet you have seen it already if you haven't, so please head right to our communities and take part. You already have, if I'm not mistaken, it runs till December 24th, so you have pretty much time. And remember that there is a task in the Gleam about Walken Stream, the one you're listening to just now. Pay attention. We'll show you, or have already shown you, maybe, the secret word that you need to fill in Gleam to earn your points. Yep. So, right. One more thing. We've never done it actually before, and I think it will be useful for you and just a moment of pride for me. Let's take a peek behind the scenes and understand the tireless efforts of our support department. We are here to provide you the best support as possible in Wlkn. Of course, I hope that you will never need it, but life is life, and sometimes just things happen, and sometimes you just need to like contact the support team, and our support CAThletics are always ready to help you. Um, so behind the scenes, our support CAThletics have been tirelessly working to ensure that your experience is the best as possible. Speaking about November, we've had 2,247 tickets. That means emails from you guys with different sorts of queries, and we've solved 90% of those tickets, which is quite a remarkable achievement, I suppose, given that some of those tickets which are not solved are merely duplicates of the solved tickets or some sort of empty tickets not requiring any attention. So those tickets that were solved, they were resolved in less than 16 hours. So it was less than 16 hours when you got the first reply, which might not have solved your question or your problem, but at least you've heard back and just relax and wait for your question to be addressed by the team. So, yep, I think it's quite a good start, and we are very proud of our support team, which doesn't mean that we are not working on to improve it. But we're closely monitoring your feedback and experiences, and necessary adjustments are being made. So please let us know if you have contacted our support recently and if you are satisfied with the experience you got there. Right. Seems like it's quite it. So one step back, almost forgotten. Speaking of Christmas, the Gleam contest is very exciting, but that's not it. I'm sure you're waiting for some news about Christmas event in Wlkn. Those of you who have been with us for this incredible year remember the last year's Christmas event when you got to collect candies and to participate in Christmas loot box lottery. So this year we're having something like that, but with a slightly changed mechanics and as exciting as it was last year. So please stay tuned. We'll have another Christmas collection. It won't be the same as you have in Wintercraft loot boxes now, which is another big news for today. We have released Winter Crafting, and those of you who have enough textile have already experienced it. And I've seen similar. I've seen some items already for sale on the marketplace. So if you have missed it, it's time to finally exchange your textile stock for new items. No more autumn. It's winter now. Yep. So let's get crafting. Right. Let me have a look at your comments. There is something to have a look at. Will this Solana cost for NFT still be adjusted? It won't be an overstatement to say that we're receiving these kinds of questions every week, but the answer, unfortunately, remains the same. So I cannot give you another answer because Solana doesn't give discounts to their developments or to the projects that are built on their blockchain. No matter the price of the token, the fees remain the same, more or less the same. So for now, even though the Solana token has become quite more expensive than it was like a couple of months ago, we cannot influence the amount of the fee they take for minting, for transferring, for uh, for all the things that are associated with minting of a CAThlet. So life stuff, and unfortunately we have to bear the costs, but from our end, uh, we've made things that way that it is not necessary to convert your CAThlet into NFT if you want just to play with it. It can compete in duos and it can participate in CAThletic games. So both modes are open for those cathlets, but if you want to fuse it or breed it, then yes, it should be converted to NFT, and unfortunately the cost will be on your end. Because we as a project unfortunately cannot sustain these expenses just by our own. We still cover lots of Solana fees on our end, like push to wallet transactions. They also happen on the blockchain, but players don't pay for them. Or CAThletic games tickets are also uh, happening on the blockchain, and you also don't pay for them. But fusion and breeding, I mean, converting cathlets and items to NFTs are a little bit beyond our budget for this, and yeah, things are like as they are, and I don't personally see that they could change in the near future. I'm sorry not to give you the answer you probably hoped for, but that's how things are. How does the team could attract new players? The question from Evan. Without them, we are nothing. It's quite true, but I think it's half true because apart from new players, we also have our current players, and our current players is everything we have. But in terms of attracting new players, there are several ways, like several venues we can try, but still we're waiting for market to get better. It it shows some signs of revival already, but it's not enough, and we're just keeping a close eye on how things unfold. And once the conditions are favorable, we'll start marketing campaign involving key opinion leaders, involving larger blockchain communities, and we'll also think that the Q's games will be a good thing to start in terms of user acquisition. If, as you might have already heard, we've released a game called Walken Sketch. It's well, for the current players, it's not very much of their interest because there is only one chest, but it's designed to be like an app that will help us uh, advertise and attract new users. We'll use it as a gateway to the Q's ecosystem and to Walken. But as I've said, so far the time has not come yet, and we're waiting as much as you do because you're absolutely right that without new players, without a growing community, it well, it won't be a sustainable project for a very long time. So once there is any updates on that, we'll be happy to share with you. So just don't miss the next streams. And thank you for your question. Very thoughtful. What changes will be made to PvP and Isle class? Both are not at a good spot right now. Uh, Thank you for your comment. I think I lack some information here about what is not good for you personally, because saying that it is not good or it is very good is not substantial. I would appreciate if you could just edit, maybe not edit. Does YouTube allow to edit comments? But send us another comment, uh, just expanding your thoughts and try to give more details and we can discuss it. Because there are players that enjoy duos and idle clash, and if you ask them, they're happy and they don't need anything else. So it's all about perspective. Hello, I would like to invite you to return the first range up to 800 in the idle clash. Uh, in the range of 600, 700, there is not much room for maneuver. Yeah, I completely agree. As I've said, these comments I'm reading now were sent probably prior to my discussing the Isle Clash. So let's go over it again. The reward tiers you have now result from the bootcamp event, which doesn't mean they're perfect. And we can see from the user data that some reward tiers are almost dead, just like let's say it how it is. And thank you for your input. We'll consider it, and it will happen quite soon, but I'm not sure that it will be like a next week issue because we have the New Year event, we have Christmas, we have clans, we have quite a lot, but we'll try and we'll try to make these changes useful and valuable for us and for you. So thank you. The up to 800 range, I've I've seen it and will consider it. What's more we have here? I own 4 islands and got several fully legendary clothed legendary cats, and all are benched because the PvP modes are not profitable. CG is the only way to earn for me. From what you described, uh, seems like you have quite a good position, having legendary full-closed cats and 4 islands. Uh, the question is why PvP isn't profitable for you. Maybe the wrong cats, because not all cats are good for PvP. And speaking of Isle Clash, it requires some tactic, and it requires some flexibility, and it requires some time to find the right strategy for you. So there, it may be that from the beginning you won't see much profit there, but uh, it was worth trying because CGs are good, but they're quite boring. Uh, if you if you look for some fun and for some adventure, PvP mode is your bet, but it requires some effort. So maybe uh, as a start, maybe you could share your cathlets and their cathleticism in our communities and just ask for opinion from players. There are quite good ideas spreading there. I've seen them. Actually, when I used these ideas, my win rate grew. So just try. Not all cats are good for duos. Okay, I'm looking for another comment. Hello, clan leader here. Can we expect clan features to release in this version, or all cool stuff have been kept to clans too? I'm thinking in-game support and in-clan leaderboards, for example. Thank you for your comment. Cool things are coming. Leaderboards will be expanded quite soon. Actually, they're almost done. We're testing them. And as for in-game support, well, maybe you could tell me what you mean exactly, because if you mean something like live support, probably not now, but if you, well, I'm just guessing now, so you'd better just comment what you meant by in-game support and we'll discuss it. Would be great to fix bugs first and not start clashes in the background. Thank you for your comment. Actually, this bug was addressed long ago, so if you still face it, probably there is something wrong, particularly uh, in your case. So if you could contact our support team and just provide all the details, included your user ID and your region, we'll maybe could think of some remedy for your situation. 5 cats and 1 island needed huge investment for small players. Agree. I totally agree. And this feature wasn't designed for small players uh, in the first place. It was designed maybe as some kind of incentive for smaller players to develop their accounts, to grow their CAThletic crew, and just to strive to enter the realm of Wlkn. But you're absolutely right that for majority of smaller players, this seems to be unreachable. But we have a choice here, whether to make a feature that is exciting for like older players, for more active players, for players with more cats, with more resources, or to make it for everyone, but it won't be as exciting. So yeah, we've made our choice to make it not for everyone, but to make it fresh, to make it uh, dynamic, and to make it rewarding. It's not quite what it should be right now, and like I've said, we're working already to improve it. The big part of discontent from clashes comes from turn order. Going first just give you no control other than having a higher total score, which at times can be negligible. Absolutely agree. Yeah, thank you for bringing it to our attention today. Uh, we have been listening to this sort of feedback for all the time since this feature was released, and we have uh, checked the user data, and it turned out that on average, the order doesn't, uh, well, the order and the win rate are not have any relation between each other. So the first turn doesn't mean you will always be losing. It was like 51 to 49 the last time we've checked. So that's on average. And of course, for an individual player, the situation can be quite different. And it's quite frustrating when you lose with a greater CAThleticism only because the second player sees your cards and plays them as they need. So yeah, it's on the table, and we have been thinking it over to make the turns alternate, but just today at the moment I cannot say when this update will be introduced. So thank you for your comment once again, and let's just stay tuned and wait for announcements. BNB wallet could be needed for players to support this breach. Um, to use the breach, a breach requires to connect your EVM wallet, but please pay attention that you will need BNB tokens to pay fee when you are sending tokens from one chain to another. You will need Solana to pay Solana fee and BNB to pay BNB fee. So just beware of that. Are there any other listing to come? So far, that was it. In the near future, we don't have any huge listings like that, but should anything change, we will announce it. Sorry, my comments just scrolled down. Will there be a winter clothes sale? No, there won't be a loot box lottery for winter collection. We will have an event for Christmas, but there will be another collection in loot boxes. So the only way currently to get winter collection is crafting, and of course marketplace. There are some positions already, so you can go shopping. Okay, what do we have more to cover? As for taking Fusion out of ranks, this question was covered in our latest article on Medium, so you can check it. In a nutshell, unfortunately, it is not possible to do because Fusion is our own way to combat NFT inflation right now. So it should remain as a run criteria, and moreover, in future we are planning to review other rank criteria because gameplay have changed a lot since the rank system was introduced last autumn it was, and it has barely changed apart from the fusion. So seems to be a need to revise all the criteria and make them in harmony with what we have in Walken today. Why are you charging Fuse for 0.05 SOL while the cost on the blockchain is lower? As it was said on the announcement and as it is said on our Gitbook, we take a fixed fee for the convenience, and also part of that fee goes to cover server costs of our servers because Walken doesn't run for free and servers cost quite a lot. So yeah. When I say support, I mean like being able to see stuff about clans inside the app rather than a separate website, maybe even teammates' contributions. Thank you for clarifications. Now I understand you. As for adding clan section into the app, it is possible. There is, uh, well, it's one of the scenarios to develop clans. We've actually introduced a web version because it is quicker to implement, and we wished to release clans as soon as possible to let you experience something new as soon as possible. And while you're having fun, while you're registering your clans and competing one against another, we'll take our time building a better version. So I won't say no, but I can't say a definite yes so far because we have launched this feature only yesterday, and it's been too short a time to evaluate the impact and to see whether this feature is worth adding into the app, because the app's space is quite limited, I would say. If you start adding too much stuff into the app, it just might get a bit messy, and we have already quite a long list of improvements on our minds. So let's just see how this feature plays out, and it is possible, yeah. We need this feature to see the list of clan members because some players give their user IDs to several clan leaders. Um, In this case, you don't have to worry because one player can only be admitted to one clan at a time. So if a player applies for like more than one clan, it it they just won't be accepted. Uh, Only one clan for one player is possible. But you're probably right about having some kind of dashboard or some place to refer to all your clan members rather than a list of their user IDs. And this will be released quite soon. Unfortunately, only on web as well. For this time, it will be web. I will submit the suggestion in Discord. It will be great to be able to filter out cats or items by rarity. I've over 50 cats and 100 items, and it's becoming so hard to scroll and manage. I feel your pain, Mark, actually, and completely support your idea. So if you submit it on Discord, just let me know. I will come and put a thumb up. Uh, yeah, I think, no, we haven't discussed it. Adding some kind of sorting and filtering in the wardrobe and in the collectibles tab overall has been on the to-do list for quite a while, but we just don't have time and free hands to do it finally. But hopefully, in the nearest future, we will finally get down to it and will introduce sorting of items. Many players already have a lot of NFTs, or just not NFTs, but a lot of properties, so to say, a lot of assets in Walken. And I completely agree that it's so much pain to try to find that rare t-shirt. And yeah, so let's hope for the best and hope for this feature to be introduced soon. Will level up costs be reduced soon? The costs from level 12 up are too high. Thank you for your question. So far, no talking about reviewing the level up costs. Uh, so it's not quite an oftenly um, voiced concern. So the costs were calculated based on the lower level costs, I mean, and they are quite moderate now. So I don't see how we can change it without some sort of undermining the whole game economy, the CAThletic pricing, and so on. Sometimes it's not about how it is, but how it feels, and going fast feels pretty bad in clashes. Yep, I probably agree with you. So, yeah, the perception matters, and first impression, and not first impression, but any impression plays a big role in whether a player sticks to this mode or whether they just quit. So that's why I've said that never say never. The idea of alternative turns is still on the table and we don't reject it. So thank you for your comment. Oh, thank you for a clan invitation, but I don't think you need me. I don't have a rockstar win rate in duos, and sometimes I don't have time to play a lot, so my win rate maybe just less than 50%. So probably I will just um, spoil the fun for your clan. So, but thank you anyway. I'm quite humbled. Can we expect an in-app way to swap Wlkn into Solana or USDT and vice versa? Thanks for the question. I haven't heard it quite for a long time. Uh, it sounds perfect and it will be very convenient for everyone, but unfortunately, we can't do it because of some app policy regulations of Apple and Google Play, because this swap functionality is another like dimension of regulations and or stuff connected with the Apple policy, with Google policies. So far we can't just make it happen. So unfortunately. I don't mind the web version, but my teammates have no way of knowing they're actually part of the clan other than my word. And I can't see who's even playing the game and doing great. Yeah, that's a very nice point. That's why we already working on leaderboards that will show every clan member their statistics in duos and Clash, so that you will be able not only to see whether this person in your clan or not, but to actually see how they perform, to see their contribution. So I think it will be quite nice. We'll share a screenshot in Telegram chat and on Discord soon after this stream. Just let me find it. So we'll be happy to hear your feedback. I actually don't see how a player might not know which clan he is currently in. There are clan leaders, and they receive a response from us whether the clan members they have listed are actually registered as their clan, and the task to notify their clan members is on a clan leader. So maybe they're not doing the job properly, but uh, well, anyway, we will introduce a dedicated leaderboard quite soon, so you will see. I have a nice question. Will the lovely project will be listed in Magic Store, which is the known as Web3 App Store? I will. It will be accessible for more users, and Walken Community will grow fast. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I actually haven't heard about it yet, but seems to be quite interesting. Thank you. We'll check. Thanks, guys, for this conversation. It was quite nice. I understand your pains, and your suggestions are certainly worth considering and make a lot of sense. And hope you won't get disappointed with the latest and upcoming updates. Um, So I think it's time to wrap up today's stream. I want to thank you once again for active participation and for your support. Remember to drop your questions and suggestions in the comment even after the stream, or if you are watching the stream in a recording. Your feedback is very important, and just a gentle reminder to hit that subscribe button, and if you haven't done it yet, drop a like and check out the links in the description box. Uh, as for the giveaway, uh, so please leave a comment. You may share your thoughts or share your concerns or ask a nice question or just tell us how you love us. And don't forget to include your user ID in that comment. And over a week, we'll be going over the comments, and 5 comments to our liking will receive a nice surprise from us. So good luck and have a very nice day or evening, depending on when you are now. Thank you and bye.